Aujourd'hui, je suis avec Anna Bravo à l'Atelier Tattoo et on vous parle aujourd'hui de nos débuts en tant que femmes dans un monde particulièrement misogyne et masculin, le monde du tatouage. Hello Anna Bravo.
Hi.
So you came as a guest in l'Atelier Tattoo for a week. Did you enjoy Lyon?
Yes, it's an amazing city.
Yeah.
I really like it. It's really green. People are nice, so I'm really enjoyed, and I think I will come once again.
Yes, I would like to. Did you enjoy your experience in l'Atelier?
Yes, it's a nice place, nice crew. I hope after we will go drink a lot.
Yes.
Yes. So this is one of my goals, like, hey, let's finish it. Yeah, fun.
We will.
All right.
So my first question is, in your beginning, did you met any troubles as a woman in that tattoo industry?
Yeah, it was some few problems, not so big, but I had one story that when I began, I have my portfolio and I worked at home, so I didn't had big experience, so I learned how to tattoo by myself.
Yeah.
Just I read some forums. It was in English, things that I knew a little bit English, but not perfect. Sorry for my accent. It was for my grammars mistakes and all. But yeah, so I did all by myself and never went to special tattooist school, like sometimes it can be. I never been apprentice. And when I arrived to one studio just in front of my where we live, and they said, I saw the sign, like they said, okay, we waiting, we searching tattoo artists. And when I arrived with my portfolio, very excited, I said, okay, I want to work with these people, so I like them. It's close to my place, and it's really nice tattoo studio. And they said, you're a girl? I said, what? Check my portfolio, what I'm doing here. And they say, no, maximum what we can propose you is to wash the floor, to be our administrator.
They didn't watch your portfolio?
No, even didn't open it. Because for them, I think the woman, it was like, they in their opinion, I think the woman was not able to tattoo. So it was a little bit problematic. But after, thanks God, I found a nice place. It's like, co-workers, when you can rent the place for a few hours and you can work. It was different people. It was a lot of girls. So it actually was almost girls because they got refused. It's actually, I think it was just in rush and despair, because I tried first my tattoo. I made it was 8 years ago. So now in this moment, I think it's kind of easy. But before, men was a little bit pretentious with the job, and they didn't want that women conquer this part of the art. I think
it was
so.
In St. Petersburg?
It was in St. Petersburg, yeah.
Okay.
And I know that you have kind of interesting story, so I know a little bit, so I would like to know more.
Yes, as a woman, when I started, I got a kind of harassment when I opened the studio. Some people wanted to break my hands because I opened the tattoo studio really early, because I was 22 years old, 23 years old, something like that. So they said that they will come at the end of the day to break my hands because they don't want me to tattoo anymore. Some men create some fake rumors on the Facebook and Instagram, and they said that I had sex with my clients. That's why my shop works.
Crazy.
Yes.
It's a crazy shit.
Yes, I'm not sure I would met that kind of problems if I was a man, but I think every woman can tell that kind of stories, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Everyone have little, not scary one, but dark story, what was touched.
It's very sad. I think it was some years ago now. I received some messages from some really famous tattoo artists, French tattoo artists from Paris. I won't say their name. Kind of insult me on the social media, and they said that I will never be in a magazine, tattoo magazine, because they don't like me. So I realized at that moment that if you want to be famous or if you want to succeed and have contacts, if you are not friend to the good person, you won't have some
it's complicated. And Do you know the situation that the old schools is like the first time in my life I saw such thing that, for example, one of my friends who tattooed for quite a long time in Paris, he said that it's like two different parts which separate tattoo artists, separation of tattoo artists. First, it's the old school people who, I will not say this famous name, who's the crew of this man, the old person. I think everybody understood about whom we're talking about. Yeah, horrible person. Sorry, no offense. If you're watching it, yeah, you are an asshole.
You are.
And in other people, it's young artists who try to unique style, some graphic or something new when nobody did. So it was like separation, big tattoo convention where this guy was organizing, and small convention like in Deauville Festival where I went once. And it's been a problem after, because if the old school tattoo artists saw that I participate in this Deauville Tattoo Convention, they were saying like, you will never be on this convention because you supported them, and so it was kind of a big shit. And I don't understand. It's like mafia tattoo. Tattoo artist mafia. It's crazy.
And it shows that it's really fake, because you don't go to a convention because you are really good, but because you are a friend of
someone. So they choose not for the talent and just for connection, which I think wrong. Yeah, but a lot of artists grow like that. It's not only in tattoo industry. It's actually everywhere. So a little bit.
Yes, I think.
So, Alison, what about your clients? Do you have more women or men usually? And how you work? I mean, so we will cut this to last. So once again, what about your clients? Do you have mostly women or men?
Women. 90% women. I think that's why I don't understand how tattooers put that fake rumors about me, because my clients are women. So yeah, 90% women only, and I feel really easy because I know that they are really comfortable with me, because I'm a woman and I take care of them. Sometimes I have some clients who are men, but sometimes it's complicated.
They can't hold the pain. They cry like babies.
For example, exactly. Yes, that's true. Generally, when I don't finish a tattoo in first time, it's only with men who haven't. But anyway. But sometimes, with some clients, men clients, there is something I'm not feeling comfortable sometimes. With clients who don't make the difference between the professional way and the personal way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand. And I think mostly it's because women know, not all of course, not like my previous. We will cut it. Most of the time, women know what they want. And so they have the idea, they already... No, not my... Stop it. Like, women... No, come on. So,
perfect.
Yeah, women know what they want. Stop, last. I will never finish these sentences. But for men, for example, the idea and meanings, what they describe for the tattoo, it's like all the time so many things in one. They're trying to include so many things. You know, it's something special. I'm not talking about every man, but most of the time, which I'm just, it's based on my opinion, my experience. Because I worked only with men who were so deep and they never, I don't know even how to explain. They wanted a lot of things and they can't give me precise idea what they want. Sometimes I got like, listen this track, and like tell me, I want a tattoo like that, but I say, but you send me music, come on, what are you talking about? Listen this track and you will feel the mood, I want this mood.
You had that?
Yeah, I had a crazy request. Once I thought I will even create the page with the, I will hide the names of the customers and I will just put it for everyone because it's a crazy request. Like,
What?
yeah, for example, maybe I will share because anyway it's Russian girl. She will never watch this video. I guess it was really long time ago, and she made abortation, horrible things. Yeah, for her and for her life, maybe it was really big drama. And she's saying, I would like to have a tattoo, which will remind me abortation of my baby. And I say, but what do you want? Like, no, seriously,
Yes.
what can I do for you? And she said, I don't know. It's not it shouldn't be like angel baby or something like that. But you know, for me, how I'm imagining just dead child. I don't know what they will tattoo you. You know, it's like it was really like and so weird requests
And
sometimes.
she
Like,
didn't find the subject,
no, but she wanted to say, you know, if you don't have precise idea, I can't create a, you know, tattoo for you. I mean, if you will say that I want some bouquet or some flowers, I will do it for you. Just give me, and I will build composition. Just give me the idea what you want. But when it's just okay, I want something which remind me abortation, and just do that, and in my eyes, dead baby, dead baby. It's kind of frustrating, and it's really weird and. It can be
a lot. It happens a lot.
Yeah,
It's
after this talk, I will show you some crazy stuff I have on my phone. It's wow.
Yeah, you did.
I have my little folder where I'm keeping sometimes this crazy request just for fun, you know, just to show people like what can happen. And
You
stuff.
will show me.
Yeah, it's
I'm
crazy.
curious. Yeah, one time I had a client like that. It was a man, and he wanted a really big piece in the chest, and so. I asked to meet together because I wanted to know exactly all the elements he wanted in the tattoo. So he tells me everything about his story, the birds, the lazy birds,
except the
2 hours. I was listening to him 2 hours, and so we take an appointment. So he gave an advance and deposit, and maybe 2 days after the meeting, the interview. His wife, he sent me a mail to ask me if I wanted to have a dinner. I said no. Lunch, if you want to talk about your tattoo, it's okay. Dinner, no, it's no.
Yes, yeah, it's too unprofessional, it's too intimate.
Yeah, and so he don't respond, answers me. And 2 days after, his wife called to the shop and said, hey. I broke up with my husband, so if you want it, it's yours.
Oh my god!
Yes, it's crazy. It's crazy. I said no, thank you. No.
This is one reason to not work with the men, because they not see you as a professional. Maybe time to time they see like a piece of ass somewhere. Yeah, I understand. But for me, I'm really comfortable with women. So I have like 80% now. I don't know why. It's more men, but. I have like 85% of women, and it's just because of my style. So I think not a lot of men will see on themselves big lilies or roses or something.
But it
like
can
that.
be maybe interesting for you to adapt your style to
Stuff
sometimes.
But actually, when I tried once, I had maybe a few weeks ago. I tried once, and when I proposed the design, more aggressive, you know, with bolder lines, more contrast, less fine. And he said no. He said I prefer fine line, exact things what you do. So I choose you because I like your style. And I was like, wow, you have a balls, because not a lot of men will allow you know, to wear very feminine draw. But in my opinion. Because you know, some men thinking that to show their muscularity and to be, you know, it need to be something snake or school. And when you wear flowers as a man, so you have more braveness. I don't know how to say brave. And so you like, if you don't give a shit, you just wear what you wear. So this is showing you have a goals to do such things. So.
It's like generally we have clients who are male, and they always ask to their girlfriend or wife their opinion, and if they said yes, it's okay, I do. If they said no, they don't. You have that kind of situation too? With women maybe?
Actually, no, but sometimes I really invite because I know that it can be problematic. So, I'm not sure, I will show my husband. So, for some women, it's really important to have opinion of the man with whom she lives, and because he will see this tattoo maybe more than she will on the backs, for example. Cat! Dirty joke! No, we have fun. It's fun. So, and in this situation, I'm just invite them to see, to find if it's composition well, sitting on the body, and so just advice. But when they give you, would you like to do another fluff? But it's not your body, it's not your business. Just help us with the composition because you will see it too. So, mostly, no. Even sometimes I'm not listening with the customer telling me like, I would like, you would like, but I think it's better do this way. I'm sorry, but
they listen to you?
Yeah, most of the time, but not all the time. So we're trying to find a compromise. What can work for both of us, because I want to do a good job. And if I'm not agree with the customer about design, or if I'm not agree about position or size, then most of the time it's happened like that, because a lot of girls are afraid to do big piece from beginning. And in the end, I know that in 3 weeks she will say, it's so small, because on somebody calling me, sorry. It was vibrating.
I'm going to smoke.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Of course they listening me, the clients, but most of the time I'm trying to explain that, for example, bigger size will look better, and because I know it can be some minimalistic style when really small letter can be on the hip, but if you do some flowers and you want a complicated design, you need to do it proportional to your budget. So in my opinion, the best tattoo, it's a perfect composition. So composition is supposed to build good, to find a good size for the body of client, because it's supposed to be proportional, and it's supposed to follow the curves and lines to show, like, to not make it worse. To not, for example, to not put on the middle of back that your shoulders look not shoulders, I mean the back looks shorter, or the same problem with the arms. When it's wrong position, you visually cutting your arm in the middle and it looks like indica. Oh no, I will not say about indica. I will go in the prison and shame. We will cut it again. So you will look with a tattoo in the middle. You will just look not pretty.
And your client trust you when you give your advices?
Yeah, but if they not trust, they just not do it. Because I know that it's just only her opinion, how she sees on herself. And I know that a lot of people will see this tattoo, and if someone will ask who did it to you, and I know that it's wrong.
I agree with you,
and I don't want to make my bad advertisement for myself, that somebody will see, this artist didn't know what is composition, for what composition, proportions, not good. So I prefer to not do it, because it will be just bad talk after, which I'm not, I don't want to have it.
Sometimes I have some clients who don't trust me at all, and they want what they saw on Google or Pinterest, and they absolutely don't listen to my opinion. And sometimes I'm asking myself, what can I do now? I do what she wants, or I do what's better? And it's complicated. Sometimes it's complicated to
try to fight with them most of the time, because you are professional. So if they coming to you, if they like your work, they check your profile before. They're not just I'm going there. So they saw your work, and they need to trust. If they don't trust, so
I hope you will see that part of the video. Listen to Hannah, please.
Yes. Listen to her. Just follow her advice. This is really important to listen.
Very complicated, and you don't feel free. For example, it happened maybe to you. Some clients who contact you for a project who absolutely not the things you do. It's something it's something they won't see on your Instagram or in your portfolio, never. And they ask, And you say yes, you say no.
No, I've actually made a folder
Mm-hmm.
and few texts in my highlights when I'm explaining what I do, what I not do,
Yeah.
and it's no lettering. I don't know. I'm suck at it. I'm really bad. It's not because I'm lazy and I'm thinking it's not pretty. It's pretty. I just don't know how to do it. So I don't have a lack of experience.
I'm sure you're good.
No, in geometry the same. Oh my gosh, the contrary. Yeah, but I sometimes I just not feel confident about some styles with the colors, for example. I like to do colors. I enjoy, but most of the time it's my friends, which I know if it's something will turn bad, I could retouch for them because I see them often, but it's not for the person who will pay me money, or I don't want to screw their skin.
Okay.
And
Yes.
I want to be sure of things I'm doing. I want this person like this tattoo forever. I don't know. I think it will be the knife in my heart if I will know that somebody went for laser remover or covered my work. Oh my gosh, it will be like, oh no.
Yeah.
It's like this wars with the graffiti guys who tag on the top. So if somebody cover my work, I will be so mad. So yes, you too.
Yeah, it's the same, but I think because it's been a while with tattoo, I think it should happen.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I guess.
Yeah, I had. I hope. I hope nobody will blackmail me like five. Anna, do you remember this tattoo? I remember one, the horrible one. I made this part on the ankle. Wolf or husky. It was something similar. I actually, in the end, it was not wolf, not husky. It was the monster, like werewolf. I don't know. And it was it was some graphic, with the lines, and I didn't know what I would do. So the quality of tattoo with lines was actually nice.
Good.
But in general, when I found this photo, I don't know. I think I will try to find. I will show you. This is the real monster.
Yeah.
And when I checked this photo, after a while, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so shame. It's me who did for this person, and this girl will have it whole her life. This
Or maybe
monster.
laser.
Oh, maybe laser. It's so painful. So
Yeah.
laser. Did you try the? Did you
Laser?
make laser?
Yes, on my ribs.
How? Oh,
I
ribs.
did. Yeah.
Oh
I
my.
did 3 sessions. The first sessions, I had that tears here. Yeah, and
Oh
little tear here. I was like, I will never come back here. So it's not finished.
I understand. I know that before I tried laser on myself, if some person asked for cover up, I've been, like 5 times of laser, and after will work, so it will be easy for me. And when I tried on myself the laser, I realized, like, even for my enemy, I will never wish such pain. Like it's
the
so
worst
painful.
Pain, yeah.
Maybe we will scare a lot of people, and they will never. But for me, I hate such pain when it's hotness or something like that. I prefer a bit like that. So I'm trying to, if I see that really I can work with the cover up, maybe it will be bigger or darker some part. I'm not sending this person to laser remover because
Yeah, but
it's
sometimes it's easy to cover a tattoo if the client made some.
if it's lighter,
sessions.
of course.
Yeah, sometimes it helps. But yeah, it's the worst. Honestly, I had a tattoo on my armpit, and I prefer do 3 armpits than 1 session than 1 laser.
Unfortunately, you have only 2 armpits.
Yeah.
I prefer to do 3
So
of them. Third one on someone. I want to know if in your life and what situations in your life when you used your women power to gain some goals or get something useful for you, or just
yes. Of course, because as you can see in my Instagram, I make photos. Generally, I'm almost nude on the pictures. And I think I use my femininity to feel different and to be different than the other tattoo artists. How can I say that? I don't know. I wrote stories on the body of people, and I assume my own story with my own body.
Oh,
you know, I think it's linked. The two activities are linked, I think. So yes, I use that. Of course, when you are a woman, sometimes you can have some things more easily because you smile or if you have big boobs sometimes.
Like, can I get a few cocktails, please?
Exactly. Exactly. No, I'm joking. But
no.
But yes, there is some positive points being a woman.
I know that some, we already spoke that some tattoo studio in Paris and they almost naked there.
Yeah.
Like with a really short shorts and the tattooing standing with the ass just like that, and they just attracted me. Not, I never did it.
No.
No, I don't know. I used to, I don't know, even pay cocktail for the men. Like,
yeah, me too.
Like,
it's the opposite.
The opposite, like I'm independent woman, so
yeah.
I can pay cocktail for you, go boy.
we have both. We have both.
Yeah, so big deal.
And are you happy to be a woman?
Oh, it's a deep question. Yeah, I think but I know that before, for example, when I was a child, I really made a scandal for my mother because I said, why I'm not boy?
Really?
I wanted to play in football team, with my neighbors.
And you cannot?
No, they never accepted me because I was a girl, so it so hurt me, and I was like, mother, why I'm a girl? Please do something for that. And of course, I was just a really little girl.
Maybe
now, I like it. Pretty girl.
Yeah, I like to play with our femininity, like do too much. You know what I mean? Wear high shoes, dresses, makeup. I love being. I love being.
But most of the time, you just do it for yourself. You just I'm
exactly.
enjoying. I'm so pretty.
Exactly.
And I dislike such things when sometimes we say, for what you dress up, I'm dressed up for myself. Hey,
exactly.
Fuck you. It's my body. I want to look for myself pretty and feel confident and such
things.
The most important.
Crazy.
Exactly. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Poor you people who listen. I'm so sorry for your ears. I can speak with more Russian accent.
No, we are sorry for our bad English. We will do our best to put some perfect subtitles in French.
Or in English.
Or in English, maybe.
Thank you.
Exactly.
And English.
Anna, thank you so much for coming to L'Atelier in Lyon.
Thank you for inviting me.
Everybody was very happy to meet you, and we hope you enjoy and we hope you come back.
Yes, for sure. Give me that. Thank you for inviting.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
Et merci à vous tous d'avoir regardé cette vidéo. J'espère que ça vous plaira. Si vous avez des questions, vous pouvez retrouver Anna Bravo sur Instagram avec son shop à Paris, Mouse Dome, et du coup l'atelier tattoo que vous connaissez à Lyon. Voilà, vous pouvez nous contacter quand vous voulez. Merci à tous et bonne soirée, bonne journée. À plus.